Okay, we should be recording now. Gonna try something a little bit different, but I guess it's actually not that different. What we're gonna try is something Sam Sulek style, or more so even, this is like, this is pre-Sam Sulek. This is like 2015 Massenomics YouTube style, where it's just a vlog of a little training footage. So on the way to the gym now, driving in the pickup, so a little car talk on the way. And today I've got a deadlift day. Gonna walk you through maybe a little bit of my warm-up. This is just my basic 3 or 4 step warm-up that I do before every lower body lift day. My biggest problem areas are my hips and probably my ankles. So we'll focus on that stuff as we're getting ready. Hips and ankles. And then, like I said, it's a deadlift day. So today is gonna be 3 sets of 5 on deadlift at 510 pounds. That's hopefully the goal. And I've sort of been off program for a little while. And what I mean by off program, if I'm on program, I'd be running Juggernaut AI powerlifting. And I'm not doing that right now because I've been having some recurring hip issues again, and it's preventing me from being able to squat even reasonably effectively. So I've tried several things, but ultimately I just have to pull the squat out for a little bit of time from training. So when I pull the squat out completely, it starts to become so bastardized on Juggernaut AI that I like to just take a step back from that and reevaluate and basically be able to try and progress some of my other lifts while not squatting. So what I normally do during this kind of injury rehabilitation off program, I say off program, but I'm still kind of on program in the sense that I've got something pretty set up that I do during periods like this. So it's 4 or 5 week waves. So I'll usually go 4 weeks of progressive overload on the 2 or 3 main lifts that I'm still doing during the rehab process. And then the following week after that will be a deload, and then I'll reevaluate and go for another 4 or 5 week block, another 4 or 5 week wave, if that's what I need to do at that point in time. So right now I'm waving my deadlifts. I'm at sets of 4, actually. I said 5 earlier. I'm sets of 4. So today will be 510 pounds for 3 sets of 4. I'm on my 3rd week of this wave. So next week I'll bump that up. It should be 535 or 540 maybe, depending on how it goes this week. On the deadlift, I usually jump about 25 pounds per week in the waves. Then once I deload and then come back around, I'll just move each of my 4 weeks up 5 or 10 pounds if it's going well. So my week 1, the second block around, will be 5 or 10 pounds heavier than the prior week 1. Week 2, same. 3, same. 4, same. Hopefully by the end of it, I finished with 5 or 10 pounds more on that last day than I did the last time around. When that gets somewhat stagnant, I pull a rep out. So I started this with, say, 8s, then went 7, 6, 5s. Now I'm at 4s. That's my plan there. I'm doing something similar on bench press, and like I said, squat's kind of out of the equation right now. In addition to that, the other wrench in the gears is we've got the Lift Hard, Live Easy Classic Powerlifting and Strongman event coming up in July 20th, 2024. I'm considering doing something there. The way the hip's going right now, I'm not signed up for powerlifting or strongman. I'm not registered for either event. But the way the hip's going right now, I'm not feeling real confident of what my squat's going to do, but there's plenty of time here. That could come around. I could still be able to powerlift there. But the strongman event, there's 4 events there, and none of them are events of anything that's particularly bothering me right now. So it's very possible I could be able to compete in that, because there's a deadlift, an elevated deadlift, which would be no problem for me right now. There's a log press max, which I suck at right now, but it's not hurting me, so I could do that. There's a mystery shield carry, which is to be determined later what that is. It has been determined, but it's to be revealed later what that shield is. And then there's an Atlas Stone over bar event. So I could do all of those. So I have implemented some of that other stuff in my training just in case it worked out that there was a spot open and someone needed to fill it. I could jump into the strongman event. So that's kind of what's going on with my training right now. Just about to the gym here. When we get there, like I said, maybe show you some of that warm-up stuff that I do, a couple of my top working sets, and maybe a couple of my accessory movements that I do on a day like today. It's Sunday, gonna be Sunday at Massenomics Gym. I'm coming in late morning today. There probably won't be a ton of people around, but we'll get in there, get this lifting going. And keep in mind, let me know what you think. Drop a comment. Let me know. I'd be curious what you think of this style video. Should Tommy and I both do more of these? Do you want to see more of our actual training, as mediocre as it might be or as boring as it might seem to us? Do you guys enjoy watching this, or should we stick to you know, the other type of stuff been doing? You know, gym equipment reviews is kind of a, I mean, that's a fair word to use. They're not hardcore reviewers, but we're talking about gym equipment and of course doing our vlogging our events and all that sort of thing. But let us know what you think about this more training style vlog, a day in the life of. Maybe we can talk, if you like it, we can talk Tommy into doing some too. All right. Yeah, buddy. Yep. Weight's a number, heavy's the feeling, right? Okay, quick warm up here. So like I said, this is every lower body day. This is what I start with. First thing, since I have some ankle tightness all the time, let my ankle stretch down to the bottom. Just do a couple sets of these for like 15 seconds each. Sprained my ankle several times over the years playing basketball and doing sports and stuff, so I think it's just kind of wear and tear over the years makes them so tight. So I'll do this and then just roll them out a little bit, and that's how I start my warm up, and then I'll move into mostly the hip stuff. This kind of helps me when I get into the squat position, or when I start to get into the squat position. If I don't loosen up my ankles a little bit first, it's just like so hard to have the mobility in my ankles to get down there. Another day at the office, huh? Big Kuwait, another day at the office. Okay, second thing I do are just these holds with the band around my knees. I do these couple sets of 30 to 45 seconds, just pushing on the knees out and a little forward the whole time. So it starts to get my hips ready for whatever we got coming next. Try to make this whole warm up not take more than 10 minutes ideally, which if I don't screw around, it's no problem. When I'm doing these warm-ups, even on this, I'm trying to think of that even foot pressure too. 3 points of contact, big toe, outside of foot, and then at the heel, the tripod, pushing evenly through those spots. And like I said, also pushing out at the knees in an effort to get the hips ready. Next one, put the band just above my ankles, bend down to a 2/3 squat position. I'm just gonna do side steps, about 15 steps, one direction, 15 steps back. Do a couple sets of that. Not taking huge over-exaggerated steps, but make sure to push off the back foot. By the time I get done with my second set of these, my hips are usually feeling much better. Then my last warm-up movement is gonna be kettlebell swings. Got the 55-pound kettlebell. Just do like 2 sets of 15 of those, and that's it. Just these 4, usually get done in 10 minutes or less if I'm not messing around. And where this comes from, these come from, it's just a little bit of everything I picked up over the years. You know, some maybe pulled from the Juggernaut AI warm-up, from internet stuff, and just trying everything and ultimately deciding bang for my buck, you know, economics of time use, that these 4 get myself pretty ready for when I get to the working sets of actually squatting or deadlifting. Also, when I get through these quickly, pretty warm, just out of breath from being a lazy old power lifter. Yeah, squats suck. They're hard. Then after the swings, we'll jump right into the deadlift warm-up sets. Start with a plate, of course, because there is nothing less than that for a deadlift. And do, I don't know, 5 to 10 of these at a plate, depending what it feels like. Yep, feels like a deadlift. Gyms are kind of a pain in the ass too. Managing a gym kind of sucks. It works good here because of the way it is, and like everyone that comes here kind of knows what's up. And 2 plates, same thing. I have a tendency to take my time, drag my feet, go too slow, especially on warming up. So I intentionally try to not take very much time in between on these. I don't mind getting a little, feeling it in my breath a little bit here, maybe getting a little sweaty, that's all right. Now at 4 plates, I'll do the first one, double overhand, then I'll do probably 1 rep hook grip, just to warm that up. Not really warm it up, but just make sure it's there, make sure it's working. Hook grip. There we go. Last warm up, gonna be 455. Just do that for a single. I'm gonna do that as I'll do my sets. What I mean by that is wear the same stuff, use the same stuff, do it the same way I'm gonna do my working sets. That means a belt and wraps. Last wave or block. I was doing reps of 5, sets of 5, and I was not wearing a belt. I have not been wearing a belt, and now that I went down to 4s, I'm going back with a belt for the first time. So the belt does not immediately add a bunch of weight. It actually makes it feel almost more uncomfortable at first until I get a little bit more used to it, I think. So do 1 single here, try and make this move decent. Move to the working sets. Go. Got 510 loaded now. That's my working weight for 3 sets of 4. This is enough weight for me right now that I got to take it pretty seriously. I mean, I should hit these all right. You'll watch and say, oh, those move pretty good. But in my head, they will not be easy. I do need to get focused on them. So I'm going to shut the hell up with this recording microphone thing for a few minutes and knock these sets out. Just wrapped up that deadlift session, hit 510 pounds for 3 sets of 4. Moved pretty good. I'm happy about that. You know, that's a weight that's challenging for me, but not so hard that they shouldn't move well. Did my last rep on my last set hook grip like I like to. That hook grip felt solid, so happy about that. Finished up with weighted reverse hyper, holding a plate out in front of me, doing 4 sets of 10 of those, and then just some lat pull downs, medium grip, mag grip, 4 sets of 15. And that's it for today. Next week will be my 4th week in this wave of deadlifting, my 4th and final for this particular wave, and then I'll take a deload. So next week will be my heaviest. That should be either 535 or 540, depending on how it feels. If I feel good, I'll go for 540 for 3 sets of 4 that day, then take a little deload and come back around to it, revisit it, and see what it feels like. So I'm happy with that training session. We'll see if I'm happy with this video. This is definitely something a little bit different for us. Like I said before, please leave a comment and let me know what you think of this video, this training vlog style video. Maybe we'll periodically sprinkle more of these in here. Before, we've done them off and on, never with any real consistency unless you go back to like 2015. So maybe it is something we'll do more often. It's kind of a weird thing. I don't know if I don't completely like filming and talking in the gym while lifting, while there's other people lifting. I just don't like to jam up. I don't want to make anyone else feel uncomfortable that's lifting inside of Massenomics Gym. So we'll see how that goes. You know, there's certain days I can get in there when there's less people around. Like today, it wasn't a big deal, but I don't want to do that if there's 7 people lifting in there and get in their way, kind of. Want to be respectful for what they're doing. So we'll see. So please like the video. Make sure to check out Massenomics.com. As always, buy yourself a drink spotter, a pair of jorts, a t-shirt like I was wearing today. Anything and everything. We appreciate all of the support. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not already for some crazy reason, and we'll catch you next week. Remember that weight is a number, but heavy is a feeling. And always lift hard, live easy. Make sure to get strong, stay strong, and use your strength. Stay on the pursuit of strength. Raise hell, lift heavy. What else do we say? Stay locked and loaded. Never gonna stop. Lift shit.